Hey guys, Pitch here. Hope you're all doing well. Since I put up my previous video about my endgame POB, I've been getting a few questions about how to craft these items. So that's what I want to go over today. I did cover it in a live stream, but I want to wrap it up into a video for quick access for all of you. So let's begin. First thing I want to do is a quick plug. If you are enjoying the content, you've enjoyed the series, please again like the video, subscribe to the channel, it really helps a lot and it keeps this ball rolling. So let's get into the crafts. The first item we'll cover is the helmet. The helmet is a hubris circlet that's synthesized with the implicit 15% increased effect of non-curse auras from your skills. This is the important part. Try and get yourself a level 84 or above, because that way you can roll double T1 energy shield. Mine, as you can see here, is an 83. I just couldn't wait any longer for one to come on the market at a reasonable price. They're extremely rare, so I picked this up rather than waiting another 2 or 3 days. With spare money at the end of the league, I might swap this out for an 84. So let's get into how I crafted this. So pick up the base and then scour the base down, and you want to use perfect fossils. You want to use perfect fossils on the helmet until you hit 30% quality, or whatever you're happy with. Anything above 28 is will be good, but I was fortunate enough to hit 30. The next thing you want to do is then enchant the helmet. So you're looking for one of 4 enchants. You can have Determination as 15% reduced mana, like I have here, or you can get Haste as 15%, Grace has 15%, or Pride has 15%. All of those enchants will work. Now, you can get that enchant by spamming enchanted fossils, or by running the lab. And if you are going to run the lab, then I suggest using Gift of the... I recommend using Gift to the Goddesses, linked with twice Enchanted Prophecy. Okay, so you've got your base. It's scoured, and it has the enchant, and it has 30% quality. So what do we do now? Next, you pick up some Deafening Essences of Loathing. You'll see here that this gives 5% reduced mana reserve to the helmet. So every time you hit the helmet with this, you're going to get 5% reduced mana. That's guaranteed. So you want to spam this on the helmet until you hit T1 of one of the energy shields. If you hit both, then GG, you win. But you want to keep going until you hit at least one. Here you can see I hit 91% increased energy shield, which is the highest I can roll on this level 84 helmet. So I was happy with that. And then go over to your crafting bench and you craft the multi-mod, so you can add 2 more craftable mods. And I crafted on +1 to level of socketed AoE gems and the other energy shield mod. And that's it. That's this helmet done. Moving on to the gloves, I'm going to actually use the Craft of Exile emulator, and that'll help show you how I actually crafted these items. If you're not familiar with this, I'll go over the tool as well. So this is what it looks like. Craft of Exile and the emulator tab up here, which is a new feature and it's actually really useful. So going over the gloves, our gloves are Sorcerer gloves, level 84, and this is at its base. Now what you're looking for in trade is at least T1 percentage ES and T1 ES with an open prefix. That's the important part. You can have any suffixes that you want. So the first step is to actually fill up the suffixes. So if you get one with just any suffixes, that's fine, because we need to fill those up. So if you manage to get something that had, let's just throw any 2 suffixes on. So maybe yours looks like this. That's absolutely fine. So what you would do is you would then go to your bench and you would fill in the 3rd suffix. Again, with absolutely anything, it doesn't matter. That's perfect. And then what you would do is you need to Redeemer Slam this item and hope that you hit T1 minion damage, which we didn't do. So here you're now down to harvest. I can see I've rolled a damage elemental lightning mod here. I don't have any other lightning mods, So you can do a remove lightning. If I could just find it. Annul lightning on there, that takes that away. And then because this is now influenced, we can't use the Redeemer Orb, so we're stuck in Harvest now until we finish the craft. So we need to augment influence on there. It can only roll a prefix because we filled the suffixes. So again, we need to annul lightning and augment influence. And there we go. So there's the T1 minions deal. Now, we obviously don't want these suffixes. These are absolutely useless to us. What we would really like to roll are some attributes. Preferably really high intelligence and perhaps some strength. So the way we do that is again in Harvest. So we go to Reforge keeping all prefixes. So we'll grab that and we just keep hitting that on here. This protects our minion damage, this protects our energy shield. And what we're looking for is anything that's useful. So there we've hit intelligence, and then there's also an open suffix, so you can craft on added intelligence and strength. So that's what you'd keep doing until you hit some suffixes that you're happy with. And that's the gloves crafted. So moving on to the rings, my two rings are pretty much identical. Double T1 energy shield on these rings with minions deal 35% increased damage, which is the Delve mod, and then intelligence as well, like quite decent intelligence rolls on here. So really, really solid rings. And let's jump back over to the emulator just to show you how that works. So create new item, jewelry, unset ring, and it needs to be at least level 82, but most of these delve rings will drop at 83. So make sure it's at least an 82. And what you're looking for in trade is a ring that already has the delve mod and any other good suffix. So here I made sure that that the ring also had either high strength or high intelligence. So we will pretend that maybe this one's got a T2 intelligence roll on it. Great, that's exactly what you're looking for. Anything that looks like this. If you're short on strength, you can put strength instead of intelligence. You just lose a little bit of energy shield. Right, next what we need to do is fill up the suffixes. So head over to your bench and craft on any suffix. Really doesn't matter. So we'll just put fire resistance on there for now. Now it starts to get a little bit tricky. So we need to use harvest crafting at this point to augment defense. And what we're hoping to hit is T1 flat energy shield. And you keep doing this until you hit it. So augment defense, I hit evasion rating. This will be a common thing. So now you need to remove augment defense. That's T6. Keep going until you hit T1. This might take you a little bit of time. I hit T2 twice there, but we don't want to settle for that. There we go. There's T1. I think that took 10, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So at this point, we want to slam and hope that we hit the T1 percentage increase energy shield. So you slam with a Crusader orb, and I hit tier 3. So that's not good enough. Now that it's influenced, we don't want to use the remove defense because we don't want to touch the tier 1 flat. So we're going to have to use remove influence here at this point. So annul influence, take that off, and now we're left with this, but we're left with a influenced version of this. So we now can't use a Crusader orb. We're down to using harvest, because what happens is if you augment defense now, which is what you want to do, all that you can roll is either evasion rating or the percentage energy shield Crusader mob. That's all you can roll. So here, if I augment defense, you see I hit evasion rating. Now, that's actually a good thing, depending on your budget, because now that you have this, every time you augment defense, you still have an open prefix. Every time you augment defense, you're 100% going to hit the percentage energy shield increase Crusader mod. It's either going to be a T1, T2, or T3. So essentially you have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting the mod that you need. So if I augment defense now, you'll see it gave me the tier 3 version. So in order now to swap out the tier 3 energy shield, you need to remove influence. Not remove defense, remove influence. And then augment defense. Do not augment influence, we need to augment defense. Remember, the percentage energy shield is the only mod that we can roll. Only defense mod that we can roll. And there we go, we've hit tier 1. And then what you can do is you can go to your crafting bench and replace this with something useful like strength and intelligence, for example. Whatever you choose to go in there. And that's the ring sorted. So hopefully it won't take too much time in harvest. Obviously be careful when you're doing the trades. There's obviously a lot of scammers out there. There's been some quite serious reports on Reddit recently, but you know, it's a completely unregulated way of trading, so do it at your own risk, but that's how you make the items. I hope you enjoyed that rundown. I felt it was important just to cover that topic quickly. This will be a really short video, so hopefully it'll help some of you out. Please like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed it, if it's useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.